on, everyone? Welcome, episode 20, Menace and the Man.
19, right?
20.
No, it's 19.
Welcome, everyone. Episode 20 of Menace and the Man.
Oh.
Episode 20, Dennis. That's why I'm here, to remind you of what episode we're at.
Let me find out that this is episode 19, and I will beat the shit out of you.
You know what Dennis told me today, Joe? That he wants to share a picture that however many likes or something that he gets, he's going to punch me that many times. Is that what it was?
No. Manny, we had him on last episode.
Your cousin?
Manny Bermudez. Yep.
Little bro.
He put up a post that was like, it's a picture of him and his buddy, whatever, and the caption said, 1 like, and I'm beating the shit out of like his friend. And I thought that it gave me like a really like giggly feeling inside. I liked it, and I thought of the picture I have of me going like this to you, and I was gonna post that for the show. Like, give me 1 like, and I'm fucking stand up tonight on the show. Tune in live, and I was gonna put the link in the whole 9.
Well, if there's any debate, then you could always just check your iTunes out, right? And they could see if it's episode 19 or 20, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What we got, Stan?
I know what episode it is.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm feeling a little bit.
What do you want to bet? Let's bet something.
Bet?
Yeah, you want to bet something?
Let's bet. Do you want to do leg kick or arm punch? Or push-ups?
Let's do push-ups.
No, I think both.
Let's do both.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
How many push-ups?
How many you want to do? How many do you want to do? I gave you an out, and you were like, "No, we're going through with this." Okay, so how many push-ups would you like to do, Dennis?
It's episode 20. Crikey.
So I gave you the out, but you
I gave you the out, but you didn't do the out.
Yeah. So when do you want me to kick you, punch? What do you want, the leg kick or the punch?
Well, let's see. Either or, you hit like a fucking Nancy. I got this real feeling that I'd be like, all right, Stan, go ahead, put it right there, and you'll like somehow miss and punch me in the face. When was the last time you threw a proper punch?
I don't know, not too long ago. Not that long ago.
All right, what's the answer? What's not long ago?
Summertime, maybe?
Summertime? That's a very long time ago. Stan, are you kidding me?
It's not that long ago.
Stan, it's about to be. I think today's the first day of spring. No.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Okay. Stan, you're talking about fucking, almost 2 seasons ago. Not that long ago. Like, not that long ago was like when I took a poop like 2 hours ago.
I'll be all right punching you in the arm or the leg kick. See, now you almost got me right in episode 19.
Hey, why don't you take accountability for your own actions?
What am I taking accountability for?
Oh, I'm the one that almost made you right episode 19, not your own stupid brain?
Yeah. I just want to bet, actually, about how it was episode 20.
All right. Then, yeah, you won. And I said, you know what, Stan? You're right.
How many push-ups do you want to do? We never got to.
I'll do.
Are you gonna back out of it?
No, I'll do. Hang on, because I'm looking at the computer.
I want push-ups till exhaustion.
Fuck off! I'm not doing that.
Fatigue.
Fuck you.
That's what I would hope for.
What? I'm trying to look at this and see. Like, do I just get on the table and start banging out push-ups?
No, right here on the floor. We just have to
you
adjust
can't
the
see
camera
it.
We'll have to adjust the camera a little bit.
Nah, I think if we get on if I get on the table, that'd be really cool. You just move your computer over.
We left a little seat open over there. We might have our friend Rob Labiento join. But what do you think? Let's make a second bet. Do we think Rob's going to join us? Or are we both going to actually take the no on this one?
I know him personally. You know, my strength coach, Rob Labiento. And it was, I sent the invite for him to come very last minute. And
probably not coming. But we'll see. We would love to have you, Rob. So if you hear us, Rob, come out.
Yeah.
But what'd you think of Jorge Masvidal this weekend?
Cool dude.
Yeah, UFC London. He closed the show with a bang. Going 2-0 on the night, beating up Leon Edwards. I would call it, TKO. People jumped in there, so yeah. I'll give him that one.
Yeah. He outstruck Leon.
One of the funniest things I heard, too, is him say, like, if you listen to his old interviews, he did an interview on Ariel Helwani once, and he said that. He was like, I got one of the best sucker punches in Miami. And I'm not saying he sucker punched him. If anyone gets that close to me, I'm probably going to swing on them first, too. Leon Edwards was talking shit in his face, but
He had his hands up. And where I come from, that means you finna to hit me.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna happen.
And I can't let that happen.
All right.
I can't let that happen. So, now where do you think that moves him though? You get it like I know sometimes with like for a title or Derek Lewis is an example I use. Remember Derek Lewis
Yes.
did the hot balls and he got a lot of fucking thunder. Like if Ben Askren would have cleanly beat Robbie Lawler, I think he would have got more thunder that he'd be in more of a talk for like we might put Ben Askren in a title fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They ride that momentum. Derek Lewis gained 500,000 or 600,000 followers in one day because he fought on Connor's undercard and said his balls were hot. So they gave him a title fight against Daniel Cormier because of that.
His Instagram following is also a monster.
Oh, a monster, a beast. But even then, it wasn't warranted, his title shot. Like, Stipe was sitting there like, wait, I'll fight DC tomorrow. I'll fight him in 3 weeks. I'll fight him in 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, Derek Lewis's balls is hot, and he's got mad Twitter followers, so he's hot right now,
I saw a piece of UFC news today.
What'd you say?
I saw that they're moving pay-per-views
That was big news.
Exclusively ESPN Plus.
Should we try and call the boss man now?
It's up to you.
And ask him about this, I guess.
I'm not running point for that, Dennis.
We could try this one.
We did. I did tell him I'm going to call him.
Make sure though, a mute all is ready in case.
Oh,
Here we go. I feel like he's gonna no-show us. Trying the boss man right now. Let's see what we got. If not, I think we go Uriah Faber.
Your call has been forwarded to...
I think we...
Well, no, just like the family. You'll get the return.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah, definitely. But even that, the reason that they're going to pay-per-view is probably just to take more of the money. They probably, there's a rhyme behind, like a reason behind everything they do.
Of course.
They're looking at numbers. They're looking at, like, analytics.
Do you think that people would be more willing to subscribe and still pay for the fight, or do you think it'll be an overarching thing like the WWE Network? Or, I mean, don't they already have Fight Pass?
They're going the WWF route. You know?
What's the WWF?
So WWF doesn't do pay-per-views anymore.
I believe they're called WWE. Oh no, they still do pay-per-views. You can still buy them.
Yeah, but they don't push that. They don't pump that. They leave that open for the people who don't want to buy
the network.
The network. But even they don't, and they keep even that deal, but they don't push that. Like it's weird that they even have that deal with pay-per-view. Pay-per-view should be like fuck off,
I mean, you don't have to buy the pay-per-view if you have the network. That's the catch.
Yeah, it's really.
Do you think that ESPN will still make you buy the pay-per-view?
Yes, that's what they're gonna do, but it's gonna be at a discount, and then even that's fucked up too. Because when they said the discount, they were like, it's gonna be $65, and then you buy the app and you get it for $60. So they're just gonna from what I was hearing so far, is they're just gonna deduct what you pay for the app off, which isn't that much.
Oh, right. The app is $5.
Yeah.
Got you.
And but WWF, they give you every pay-per-view. You can watch WrestleMania for $9 a month.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that that'll put people off it? There's a couple of fans I talked to, people who've been following since the inception, they're like, well, I was involved when, the fights were good, and, I was willing to pay that, especially when the product was good. I don't know if I'll be able to say, yeah, I'll take the subscription for X amount of dollars a month. On the product.
It depends. I think they'll fuel through to both markets in a sense. They'll find people that can afford it, and then they'll still get the people that kind of don't want to pay for it or can't afford it to keep. Oh, I'm gonna sign up for this fight, or I'm still gonna watch, or people just illegally stream it. Unfortunately, but
is it unfortunate? Yeah, I guess.
Unfortunately for the higher ups, definitely.
Should we? I'm making a call right now. Celebrity guest. Uriah.
What's up, brother?
Uriah, what's up, big dog?
Just chilling, man. Just came home for a little break and see my baby.
Nice, man. Congrats, bro.
Right, man. It's kind of crazy, man. put it off for a long time, so it's cool to
Yeah.
be a dad. Man.
Yeah, man, I'm happy for you, dude. I tell you, because on the show, you've come up a few times, you know, and like, my argument is smaller guys getting chicks. And I was trying to think of a UFC fighter or like, you know, like who I feel like was a stud in that department. Like, nah, there's like batting girls down. And you came to mind. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Because I had some girls that met you way back in the day. And they came back and they, you know, from an event. And they're like, I think Urijah's gay. I'm like, he's definitely not gay. Because like we were like throwing ourselves at him. He was like, nah, I'm good.
That's like a daily thing for him. Just swatting them
Not
off.
been good looking.
Yeah.
That's funny. How you been, brother?
I've been good, man. I started. I actually just got offered a job as a lineman. I've been in the process of getting a lineman job, and I just got that.
Really?
Yeah, so it has like pension, benefits, the whole nine, and it's still like a little bit dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm on the edge.
Are you not fighting anymore at all?
That's what retirement is, right?
Well. Yeah.
You thought maybe I retired from the UFC, but was gonna fight somewhere else, right? Huh?
Yeah, or just retire and then come back and fight again.
Yeah, the edge, like we talk to people every week about. You know?
Yeah. No, I'm good, man. But
I've been retired too, man.
I
It is
might.
tempting to get back in though.
What's that?
Yeah, it's been fun being retired, but it's tempting to get back in, you know?
Yeah, well, I see you're doing that grappling match. I might mess with that a little bit in the future.
Yeah, that's a fun thing, man. You get paid a little bit, you go wrestle,
Right.
do some jiu-jitsu, shit we do for free anyways, you know?
Right. You get paid for it.
Yeah.
Now, you rolled with that little stud before?
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
Hang
He's
on,
fucking
dude.
good.
I'm thinking like what you're thinking. Like, no 16-year-old is twisting me up. No chance.
Bro, he got the better of me when we rolled in Vegas.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't trying to kill the guy, obviously, but
Right.
He's my size or bigger now.
Are you gonna try to kill him this time, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to kill him this time. but I can tell he's better and better, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his
Taking out all these guys.
yeah, his nuts are gonna start dropping, and he's gonna get a little stronger.
Yeah. Plus, I know his brother is on the special supplements. He's like he's outspoken about it. I don't think he's been on it, but maybe now he turned 18, they're gonna get him on a regimen. Who knows?
And what's his full name? It's whatever.
It's
Gordon
Nicky.
Ryan.
It's Nicky Ryan.
Nicky Ryan.
Gordon Ryan.
Right. Yeah, we've been trying to get Gordon Ryan on the show, but he's
Big time enough.
yeah, he's big time.
One day we'll get
Is
him.
he?
We'll get
Well,
him.
I
We'll get
got
him.
a connection. I'll get him on the show, but I just gotta get him to Long Island. He's in Manhattan, you know.
Yeah, in your neighborhood, he'd probably jump on. He's a cool guy, man. He was actually on my team for
What was that? Quintet.
Quintet, man.
Yeah,
that guy's such a friggin' stud.
He was like the ringer that you brought in, basically.
Yeah, big time ringer.
Yeah, that's right. Hang on, you shake his hand, dude. His hands are so meaty.
Yeah.
Not hard,
Yeah.
but like fucking meaty, like a bodybuilder's like hands muscles, but in his hands.
Yeah, he's a big bad dude, man.
He's a stud. He works with my buddy Kyle Sermonero all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, Kyle used to be on the Olympic ladder back in the day, and he goes in the Henzos and shows all those guys wrestling and shit like that.
So you guys doing a radio show right now?
Bet your fucking ass we are.
Oh, I didn't even know it.
That's why I like
hilarious.
that's how I like to roll, dude. You know?
Oh, that's funny.
Fuck it.
I hope I didn't say anything to piss anyone off. I
Oh,
didn't even
hang
know I was
on.
on the radio.
Oh, bro. Well, no. Oh, no. You didn't say anything bad.
Nah, you're right, Faber. You're a professional. You know what you're doing.
No, well, I was just having a combo.
Yeah, you and Dennis got personal there. We usually start with Welcome to Menace and the Man, Stan the Man here, Dennis the Menace Bermudez. And now we're joined by one of the best bantamweights of all time, Urijah Faber.
Yeah. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome to your listeners. I'm sitting here eating some chicken, and my baby's on the other side of the room.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the car ride over. Urijah Faber finally bit the dust. He's finally a father, you know? All women out there.
California dad.
Oh,
California. Yeah, he went from California kid to California dad.
you got to get those shirts made.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Uriah, you're on something.
Hey.
That's the kid. So how's the team? Oh, actually, how's fatherhood right now? Is sleep solid? How's fatherhood right now? How's the sleep schedule? How's the?
Bro, it's been awesome, man.
The sleep schedule's been awesome. She's a stud already, sleeping through the night and shit.
Easy baby, man.
Amazing.
I know my girl's a stud too, so that helps. But the baby she only cries if she's actually getting her diaper changed or if she's hungry a little bit.
Right.
But she chugs and then just chills, opens her eyes, looks around, or she's super mellow. I got lucky, man. Yeah. I was ready for some. I mean, it's only been 5 days, so I'm gonna knock on wood right here.
Right. But you can. As they get older, dude, they get way more cool.
Yeah.
So right now,
no, man.
No,
I don't.
I think you have a weird thing. Like you're cool when you're a little kid, and then you turn into an asshole when you're a teenager.
I disagree. At least
some kids are different.
It's all on the individual. I've met some nice teenagers, and then vice versa.
Well, hang on.
Some guys are little punks when they're kids.
Yeah, I could be. I'm calling the shots early because my guys they're gonna be 4 and 6 in April. So right now. They're able to do more and more cool things like wrestle and stuff like that. That I'm like, you know what? You're a little cooler now than you were last time when you couldn't even do a push-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I keep them in check, Uriah.
I believe that.
I throw those little bastards down so hard into the couch, obviously.
Dennis, I remember when you came out, I don't know, it must have been 8-9 years ago.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah.
About 9 years ago, and you stayed at my house.
Yep.
And then we were driving around. You're driving me to the gym and everything. You're talking about how your dad was doubting you and didn't think you could make a career out of this. And then you're like, you got to do me a favor, man. Can I put you on with my dad right now? And so you called your dad and had me tell him that you had potential.
then Uriah, I've talked to you since, but my dad. He runs that story back like you called him and I wasn't around. Like, yeah, Uriah hit me up. He was telling me, you're going to be all right. I'm like, Dad, I was in the car with Uriah when he called you. How do you think he had your number? He tries to play like he's so cool. Like, yeah, no, Uriah called me. We were talking about you, He thinks you're going to do all right, Dad, fuck off.
That's funny, man.
Well, no, so.
That was so funny.
A lot of questions I get asked are like, who are my biggest influencers, like, in general, and you are one of them, because I've always liked your
really cool, man.
Yeah, I've always liked your fighting style, growing up and stuff like that. You're a go-getter, and then what really made it even more like, holy shit, this dude's a goddamn G, is because when I met you on one day, right, just through a common friend. And he had like an extra like fight house, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna stay over here," and there's no one in there. And I'm a people person. I'm like, "Hey, you're right. Is it cool if I crash like at your house?" He's like, "Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can crash on the couch." I was like, "All right, like cool." And then by like 2 days later, like you couldn't go to practice. Like he threw me the keys to his like brand new Tahoe. Like, "All right, man, go to practice." I'm like, "What?" Like I just met you 2 days ago. Here's the keys to your I'm like, and one of the things that I try to do in my daily life is like make phone calls and get shit done while I'm driving.
Yeah.
So every time we went anywhere, Uriah was making business moves. While I'm like, do you fucking ever stop?
No, yeah.
Like on the way to go train.
A lot of stuff to be done. Man.
Yeah, on the way, and I think at the time maybe you were working on a book.
Yeah, that was 2011. I came out with the book, so that was a couple years prior when I was writing the book. So it must have been 2009, maybe 2008. I don't know.
Yeah, like 2009ish. Yeah.
That's wild, man. That's so funny. You're always such a fuck. Like I remember back then. Just the energy you had and like just the positivity was hilarious and good intensity, and I was really happy. It's funny because a lot of guys don't know the history of somebody's path to the big show. They just think they made it, but like there's so many guys that. Same with Henry Cejudo. I got a video. A fan just sent me a video of Henry Cejudo, when he came in right after he won the Olympics, he came into the gym and he was talking about wanting to box and maybe MMA, and I posted a little video for him and whatnot. And now look at the guy. It's cool to see all you guys kicking butt and doing your journey. I was pumped when you made it to the UFC and we're having success, man. I was always rooting for you, unless you're fighting one of our guys.
I know, dude. I can't. Your guys have my number. I can't figure. I can't figure you fuckers out.
I remember after, I can't remember who you fought, but you walked by and you go, your team just ruined my career. As you're passing me, and me and you are buddies.
Yeah.
And you're speaking in the moment. I know there's no ill will there, but
yeah,
because you thought you won the fight. I can't remember which one it was.
I think it was the Feely one, because Feely's like your closest guy of the three guys that I fought. Right to you,
that was
right?
a close one.
And I remember I was going to medicals, and like you're just being you're like, hey, Bermudez, man, hell of a fight. And I remember in my head like, fuck you, right? Like, fuck you, man.
It's all good, man. This is the world we live in, man. We're all gonna be friends when it's all said and done.
Yeah. No, but man, I learned so much coming out and training with you. I mean, do you still lock yourself in your office for 2 hours and just get shit done?
Oh man, I'm all day, bro. I get up and it's a full time. I'm attack mode from 7:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I sleep a little bit later after that.
Yeah.
But I'm just grinding, brother.
Yeah, because I remember, I'd be training. You're like, all right, man, I gotta go in my office. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I just gotta shut the door and just make shit happen, because otherwise I won't, and I get these distractions. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I should do that
it
for.
It used to be a battle, man, especially in the smaller gym. I mean, now in the big gym, I've got all these little places to hide out and whatnot, but
little secret walls and shit.
Yeah, little offices. I can switch and bait and switch. Avoid people think I'm gone or I'm not. But
right.
At the old gym, it was like a battle, especially in the heyday, to get from my car to the practice mat, then from the practice mat to my car, because everybody's trying to stop me, trying to talk about this problem or that problem or something they need, or can I get this or do that, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was like I had to do like a face down run out of my own freaking gym sometimes. Rough being the boss sometimes.
Yeah. How many gyms do you have now?
So I have my gym, which is Ultimate Fitness, and it's basically the gym that you were at.
Yeah.
We just moved locations
and made it bigger.
A bigger, nicer spot, and that's in East Sacramento. And then I have a UFC Uriah Faber gym in Rockland, California, which is about 30 minutes away.
Okay.
And then we just opened a UFC gym Uriah Faber in Folsom. So those are the three gyms, and the main. I'm a partner in the other two, and I'm a full owner of the one that the team lives out of and everything else.
Got you. So those other UFC Uriah Fabers they pretty much just run themselves, right? You just put the money in, you hire some people and just don't burn the place down, pretty much, right?
No, I mean, to be honest with you, like the advantage of having the UFC gym like behind you, because it's a franchise deal, is they already have a structure, a system.
Right.
They have materials that you can get from the main headquarters, and then you have a partner, a partner that for me, that's a master of operations. So that partner is a former gym owner, or he's been with UFC or 24-Hour Fitness for a lot of years, and at this point he is six deep on Crunch gyms, which he runs amazing. And then he got the rights to the UFC gym and then partnered with me. So I put in a little money, I put in some sweat equity, and then he is a master of operating. So I learned a lot from him. It's a guy named Mark Pauly. And then the UFC gym owners are the UFC gym. Sorry, I got somebody coming in here.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. The UFC gym owners are Mark Mastrov.
Hey, girl, how are you?
I'm on a phone call right now.
It's okay.
Yeah, come on in. I'm going to have a seat. I'm going to finish this up real quick. So I have Mark Mastrov, Jim Rowley, and Adam Sedlock are the owners of the UFC gym, big. And they started 24-Hour Fitness back in the day.
Got you.
And then now they're doing this.
Oh, you're doing that?
So you're rolling with the best, pretty much. Like, all right, put your money here. We're gonna make it to this, and you're like, okay, cool, because they've done it time and time again.
Yeah, and I do my part. You know, I always like to go above and beyond to do my part, but they do all that.
Right. You put your name on something, you want it to blow up.
Exactly.
But all right, man, you got company over, so we'll let you go, man. We'll have you on again sometime.
You guys give me a heads up. I know I'm like trying to herd cats.
Yeah.
That was probably the best way to do it, is just to call me and start a conversation. But let's make this a regular thing, man. I'll get on your show, and I've got a podcast also that I've been doing. It's more
we're in
related. I like to have you guys in, and we can talk some biz.
Yeah.
And I'll get any of my guys you want to talk to.
Yes.
You know, I can't make them do anything.
Right.
But I'll definitely put an effort for you.
I want all of your guys, even all the guys that beat me too. I'm cool to be, hey man, let bygones be. I'm retired now. Fuck you.
Yeah, we've been trying.
But hey, I want you to be a champion now because I'm retired.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. It's good talking to you.
Likewise, bro.
Reminiscent for sure, and I hope you guys are having a lot of success with this show.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Urijah. We've been trying to get you on. We finally got a win against Team Alpha Male here.
We got
1-4.
You got one.
We finally got one.
All right, bro.
Hey, Bermuda Star. He was with Team Alpha Male before he was in the UFC for a couple months or a couple of weeks at least.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys almost had him, but he loved that New York lifestyle. He wanted to move to
he got that New York life. It's worked out for him. He's got some beautiful boys now, so that's good stuff.
We'll talk about it next time.
All right, guys.
All right, bro.
Have a good one.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Peace. Yeah, so Urijah gave me like Alpha Male shirts and shit like that, and I was still living in Pennsylvania, I think. So I had he gave me an Alpha Male sticker, which I had on the back of my car, and I thought it was like fucking so cool, dude.
You know what you did there too? You were like Urijah. Right in the beginning, you started like Urijah. We wanted to get you on. It's like the guy who was taking down chicks and like hanging out with chicks. He probably had us on speakerphone with his wife. Yeah.
Well, that's why I was trying to dull it down a little bit.
Like we did that to Jack Swagger too. I was like, yeah, they're called rats in the wrestling industry, and he was probably like, oh, prank caller, like turn this off speaker. Who are you talking to? Nobody.
Let's
because women, that's always an issue.
Yeah.
That jealousy even with men and women, it's always an issue. So.
Urijah is a guy we could have on here for a full 2 hours. Like the amount of stuff I have with him on personal notes, his fighting career, his businesses, and like, dude, he is
we need to, when he comes to New York, try to get him in studio. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good episode.
Great value conversation right there.
And even I'd like to know what podcast he's talking about. Is that his podcast?
Yeah.
Or is it the Alpha Male podcast?
I'm assuming that's it.
Because I know they had the Alpha Male. I don't know if he started his own or if it's the Alpha Male one. Because I've listened to the Alpha Male one before.
So,
we could have went controversy there too, because I know there's a little bit of controversy going on at Alpha Male.
Yeah, but we want him to come back.
No, we don't like to do that.
Yeah. So, let's switch gears here a little bit. The NCAA tournament is coming up this weekend. I'm gonna call my college coach, John Stutzman, right now. This dude, hang on, I feel like he's gonna be a little soft, but dude, when he was coaching me.
What do you mean by soft?
What's up, my man?
What's up, big dog?
How you doing, buddy?
Welcome to Menace and the Man, dude.
I'm on?
You're fucking on, bro.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. So, man, I guess, where do we start? I guess, so the NCAA tournament's coming up this weekend. I know it's like your favorite time of the year. Just, get your blood going.
It's fun. That's no doubt. It's fun.
So let's back up a little bit. Tell me about John Stutzman. Where's John Stutzman born and raised?
Well, I was born in Wilmington, Delaware.
Right, that's right.
Wilmington, Delaware, big dog. So, long time ago. 44, father of 3, 2 dogs, and a wife.
And then, were you a Delaware state champ?
No, you know what? I lost to this guy named Jason Money in the finals. This guy was a couple-time national champ in college, high school national champ. So we used to go back and forth, and I was kind of the last guy to beat him. But he got me at the end, and he earned it. So it kind of motivated me to kind of be a better coach, so to speak.
So Stutz, I feel like me and you are very similar in the aspect we have these dreams of being the very best, and we fall like fucking just short, but we're like still badasses, you know? Like, hang on.
I agree.
One of my favorite things to like hang my hat on with my college career is you telling me out of high school like I was a diamond in the rough.
You were, how do I say this? You were one of the hardest working kids I've ever been around.
Because I never won a state title, never went to the state tournament. Like, what division program wants that guy?
Yeah.
Well, the guy who, I try to find guys that are a lot like me, you know, who have the chip on their shoulder, guys who want to compete and prove everybody wrong. I think those guys are fun to be around.
Now, is there a state that you like? Man, there's more of those guys in that state than in any other state.
Well, you know what? I recruit the Midwest pretty hard, but, you know, just because I got a lot of ties in the Midwest. But I can tell you this. I have 5 national qualifiers. I have 6 national qualifiers this weekend, and 5 of them are from New York. Okay. So what I'm getting from that is the more I recruit out of state, the more I feel I got the best kids right in my backyard if I can just get the right kid with the right attitude and the right mindset.
Right.
Dennis had that right mindset.
Well, hang on. So
definitely did.
So with Stuffs, I need you to this show. I want it to be funny. So I need you to fucking make fun of me. Tell people about when I was a dick slinger. Tell people when I was dicking around.
Here's the story. Okay, this is one of the better ones ever. Okay, this was great. So these dudes actually they're working pretty hard. They're training really at a high level but they were dumb. Like, they were dumber than boxes of rocks. And that's why I liked them, because they would never question anything. They were just dumb, and they were soldiers. All right? So one day I go, it was Halloween. It wasn't Halloween, but it was Halloween Eve or whatever.
The night after Halloween.
I go, you guys, I'm going to give you off the next morning. I want you guys to just kind of relax a little bit, been training hard, you know. First of all, my dumb mistake. Okay, so, but I give these guys off, and these guys, and I didn't know, and I knew, but I didn't know, but these guys, they were a bunch of freshmen. They used to go around campus with these airsoft guns, whatever they're called, and they used to shoot people. You know, they were shooting everybody on campus, and so we're in the yeah. So I guess they had this grand scheme. They had this plan to go back to the wrestling room in Nelson Fieldhouse at the time and have these gun wars through the building, you know. And so they didn't know, though, there was like people who worked at nighttime, I guess, you know. So there's this basketball coach and his office there's a window to his office, and he's looking down. He's seen these guys in black mask and guns, and probably about 10 of them, I would assume, and just running around the building, and they looked like they were just trying to rob the place. And then these dumbasses, you know, so this guy, he's under his desk. The basketball coach was under his desk that time. He was scared shitless, and he calls the campus police. Campus police SWAT team comes up, surround the building. They bust down the building, and these dumbasses, they're pulling these fake guns on the cops. They almost got their heads blown off.
Oh my God. Today you might have got killed.
Oh yeah.
Today he would have got killed.
Oh yeah.
Today he would have got killed, you know, but those guys did stuff like that all the time, and to me that's what was fun. You know, they were different, you know. And the other time we're going to wrestle Lockhaven, our biggest rival. And Dennis is being goofy. He's being Dennis, and I'm like, I go, hey, after the guy was ranked like 7th in the country at the time, Seth Martin, I think it was, 6th, 7th in the country. I go, here's what you're going to do. After you kick his ass, you're going to do a backflip, you know, in front of everybody. And, you know, we had about a couple thousand people in the gym that night, and he wins. And he's, if you know Dennis, he wrestled like he fought, right? So, you know, he fights, he gets punched 100 times. Boom, boom, boom. He's like Rocky Balboa. Drops down to the ground, keeps coming back, right? But that's the way he wrestled. He get taken down 80 times, and then next you know, he's coming back, and he beat this guy. And so he beats him, and then he looks at me, looks at the crowd, a couple thousand people, starts backflipping. So it was some good times.
All right, I need to back myself up on the airsoft battle. Yeah. So Stutz, I will take full responsibility for the airsoft, because I went home for Christmas break and I saw my airsoft like laying on my dresser, and I'm like, oh man, this would be amazing to shoot the guys. So I brought it back to the dorms, and no one's around. So I'd go into like, I don't know if Tram was on the team at the time, but I would hold him. I'd hold him ransom, like, dude, give me your Gatorades. And he'd be like, bro, like, no. I'm like, bro, I'd shoot him once, reload it, give me a fucking Gatorade. Like, all right, dude, take a Gatorade. So these guys then got airsoft guns to defend themselves. Like if I came in to rob them, they could return fire, you know? So it was the night after, so we were up cutting weight on Halloween, and then we were up there kind of late, and we're like, dude, there's no one up here. Like, we could definitely have an airsoft war up here, and we'd have like a building simulation, you know, and it'd be fun, you know? So the next day, the couple more guys buy some guns, and 6 of us went up there. You know, Justin Parker,
Alex Conover.
I have
Tram.
I think Tram was there. Yep. Oh, Bartram. Yeah, from Michigan.
Yeah,
right.
From Michigan.
Hang on. That's the knucklehead that was sitting underneath the bleachers, and when the cops were like, "Freeze!" he goes, "I got a gun too," and points it back to the cop. you remember that guy? He wasn't the sharpest tool. So me and Conover got stopped first. I kicked open like the locker room door, and I'm like scanning, and the cops like, "Freeze!" Guns drawn, flashlight underneath the gun. I'm like, "Oh shit!" I take my gun. I try to stuff it in my pants.
I holster it. I reholster my
like I have nothing. They grab us, throw us against the wall. Conover's he's like, you know, if you need a ride, do something stupid. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? We're in handcuffs right now. That's the phrase you're gonna throw out, you fucking idiot. You know? And then the other 3 guys had ran out. They heard commotion, ran out the back door. And then us 3, me, Conover, and Bartram, we didn't snitch. So we were the only ones that got in trouble.
Yeah, and he almost got thrown out of school, and you know, you're lucky. Dennis was lucky that his grandfather or somebody had a connection to Bloom.
Yeah, my great-grandfather was the president at Bloomsburg for 30 years. The library was named after him.
Yeah. Andreas, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, and then the Seth Martin match, we were going to beat them, right? It wasn't a close match.
No, we
was it a close match?
We never lost a lock game.
Right.
That was we beat them all the time.
But Seth Martin had smacked me earlier in the year at the Penn State Open. He beat me 14-3.
That's right.
And he was ranked 7th in the country. I was wrestling at 157, which I shouldn't have, you know, kind of been there, but I was just, you know, one of our
team player.
Yeah. And then I remember just being like, "Hey man, I beat him. I'm doing a backflip. Like, stud, you beat him. You can do whatever the fuck you want." And no, but Stutz, I took that mindset of like getting ready because you know, we grinded, we wrestled hard, and I remember
you guys worked, man. I tell my guys this right now: there's never a group of guys that I've ever had in my lifetime that work like those Bloomsburg guys.
Right.
Never.
Yeah.
They just didn't know any better. We were just dumb. And we just worked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because I remember some matches that, like, I just fucking was like, man, do I want to do this today, man? I'm pretty tired. But I put on this mindset that make you believe it. If I can make you believe it, my body then would follow through. And after I beat Seth Martin, that was like the deal. And there's been fights that I go on like, man, I don't really feel like doing this right now because I've been fucking busting my ass for, 9, or 3 months straight and dieting crazy where like, all right, fucking make my team believe it and like my body will take that on. I'll feel good.
I'll tell you one other story right here. Here's how you knew you had a competitor. So it was your redshirt year, your freshman year, you were non-qualifier. You come in the room, you're just working out on your own, basically, never missed a workout. You know, we practice, you come in after practice, work out 2 hours. Anyway, we're going, the Edinburgh Open was coming up, and I tell the story all the time how I hitchhiked to North Dakota one year when I was in high school. And Dennis comes to me, he's like, well, I don't have any money to go to the tournament and blah, blah, blah. His car literally was it had duct tape all over it, and it was white, I think, at the time. It was like a
white lightning.
White light. I remember that stuff. Yeah. People don't think I got a good memory, but I was like, you need to get there. We're like, I don't have a place to stay. I'm like, whatever. You can figure it out when you get there.
Well, no, it was. You got
Dennis
money for beer, don't you?
Sleeps in the locker room. Sleeps in the locker room.
No, I stayed in my car. out in the parking lot, and you called
40 below.
You actually called me, hey man, how you making out? I'm like, I'm in my car. You're like, bro, it's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I don't have nowhere to stay. I told you that. You're like, oh my gosh, all right. Like, and then you made some calls, and I stayed with one of the Edinburgh guys.
Okay.
Somebody was probably in my weight class.
Probably.
But no, because I remember going there like, Stutz, I don't have any money. Well, he's like, well, you got beer for money on the weekends, don't you? I'm like, no, I don't drink.
That's
Coach.
my thing, right? So,
Yeah.
College kids, what they always tell you, I don't have money,
Right?
But you know what they do? They'll go out.
Right. Right. But the thing is like, because to get from Bloomsburg to Edinburgh, what's that, like 5 hours?
Yes, it's a long. Yeah, it was.
So the gas in that alone was probably, I don't know, like $60. Right? Because like for when I was in Bloomsburg, I would get the cheapest beer I'd split a case with like Ricky Donald. We each put $5 in, and then you were good for the night.
Natty Lights.
Yeah,
Natty Ice, Natty Lights.
yeah. Now, do you still use your mind games to get your college kids to say things that they don't want to tell you?
Yeah, so it's funny though, right? But now, like it's a little different here because these kids are a little different, right? They're I don't want to say they're smarter. But they're smarter, right? It's a different kid, and they know, man. When these freshmen comes in, these older guys, they're like, he's gonna bring in his office. He's just gonna be bullshitting with you, and then you're gonna say stuff you don't want to say. So I brought a kid in the other day, and a kid out of New York, this Kevin Maloney, and I was like, hey, how's your, just talking to him. I was like, hey, how's your girlfriend? Because I don't like these guys having girlfriends. Because here's why. Mankind is 0-2 billion against a woman. We can't beat it. Don't try to beat it. You'll never beat it. So stay away from it.
Yeah.
Right? So these guys come in, are 18, 19, 20 years old. They want to fall in love. And I never seen a group of kids who want to be in love like an 18-year-old boy. And look, mankind is 0-2 billion against the P. Don't try to beat it. You can't. So don't even try to get with it, right?
Yeah.
So this guy comes in, I'm grilling him about his girlfriend. Next thing I know, he goes, and I'll say the name, I don't care. He goes, Johnny Asari has a girlfriend. The girlfriend's name's this. He asked her out the other night. She said yes. He just told me like the whole story on this guy and how he asked the girlfriend out, and I was like, oh, he's got another sucker.
Oh, gosh.
I still do it.
Because the thing is I remember.
That's good coaching, right?
Yeah,
there.
I remember when I wrestled for Stutz. I mean, like, he didn't care if you have a girlfriend as long as it doesn't affect your performance.
Affect your practice.
Me personally, and I actually follow the lead of a lot of older guys. Is like, outside the season we do our own thing and try and pick up different chicks or whatever. But during the season, you just had one chick that was like your go-to girl. To almost like your girlfriend for the season, but she wasn't really your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would treat her kind of like your girlfriend, hang out with her, cuddle, because you couldn't go out. A
bunch of girls right now were like, wait a minute, I was his fucking girlfriend. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? I was his fucking girlfriend.
Nah, I never dropped the elbow. I don't know. Maybe. Actually, you know what? I was really bad.
Hey,
I was really bad.
Coach,
I won't
you still
bring
got
it
it.
up, but you did.
Well, no, because hang on.
You're a lover.
In college, I would say anything. I would lie right to your face. And oh man, it was bad. No, one of my favorite things that Stutz told me, he goes, all right, Stan, you ready for this? You want a 50-50 chance to pick up a girl? You want to know what line gets the girl half the time?
Yep, which one?
Do you want to fuck? Yes or no? 50-50 chance. 50-50.
And you got that from your wrestling coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's training champions.
You're making me
over
look
there.
bad now.
No.
Give me a bad reputation.
No.
What
do you? Hang on.
This is the
Stutz,
man show.
That's a very white and black thing. Yes or no? 50-50
Because here's
chance.
the deal. Nowadays you get in trouble
Oh,
because
my
there's a
gosh.
gray area. There's a gray area, so at least you know.
I know.
There's no
dude.
gray area. Yes or no.
So you had to make these adjustments with, like, when I was wrestling for you, there was like it wouldn't be. I mean, not that you did, but like we were afraid that you might hit us. He didn't, but it wasn't like if he hit us, I wouldn't go tell like
It was in the air.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know how we looked at you and just like, you mother, like, fuck. You know? But nowadays, kids are not afraid because, like, man, if you fucking blow air at me the wrong way, you will lose your job.
Yeah, it's different. You know, it's, on the record, I never hit a guy a day in my life.
No, I know. I know you
know.
never have, but,
Right.
like,
Well, yeah,
I
gotta
couldn't tell
look
you
at
one
it,
guy on
right.
the team that if you did,
Right.
what, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I got to look to me like you get mad, but it's a different era. You know, these kids are different. I think the kids now are more talented than ever before, but they're not. They're just different than those kids at Bloomsburg. It's a different type of kid.
Yeah.
Well,
you said you kind of think the sport is kind of diminishing a little bit, no? In terms of like how fucking tough a guy is.
Yeah, I think these kids, and it's my personal belief. I could be wrong, but I think the talent level is at an all-time high. There's more talent than ever before. The higher end kids are better than ever before, but I don't think there's a second-tier kid pushing those higher end kids. I think you're either really good or you're not that good anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's no it's hard to find an in-between kid. And that's my personal opinion. I could be wrong there, but that's kind of what I believe.
Right. So the very top guys are like perfectionists that almost can't be touched.
That's why you see these freshmen. They're coming in. You see the Kyle Snyders winning Olympic titles at 19, 20 years old, world titles. They're just better younger.
Right.
They get because of flow and all these videos, and these guys are getting great coaching early. All these college guys are going back to, you did private lessons, Serm did private lessons, Gregor did private lessons. All these guys do private lessons at an earlier age, so they're getting exposed to great coaching early.
Right. Now, how important do you think that is for a wrestler? Do you think it's good for a wrestler to be like, man, at 4 years old, I'm wrestling, or to start later, or to only do wrestling, or do a ton of sports, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think I think you need to do multiple sports and do them all the time. I just, I think these kids you get kids nowadays, they don't hold up in college because they're wear and tear in their body, their shoulders or knees. If you do one thing, it's like a rubber band.
Right.
If I take a rubber band and I stretch it 100 times, it's going to break. It's the same thing. That's the same concept as is wrestling, right? Wrestle, something's going to break. Play some other sports, right? Because you just got to learn to be competitive.
Right.
Just learn to be competitive. Like my kids play multiple sports. Like my son, he does karate, he likes to wrestle, he's going to go out for baseball, does soccer. He's only 5, 6 years old, but we just let him have fun,
Now, I'm sure you get asked this question a lot. I get asked this question, is your kid going to wrestle? And what's your answer to that?
If he wants to.
Okay.
It's funny though. My daughter's my 12-year-old daughter's really good volleyball player, like lights out.
I've been seeing her highlights on Facebook. Yeah, she's a crusher.
Lights out. She's really good. She's really competitive, and it's like, and my wife. That's a lot of my wife, but we go to these competitions, and these parents are crazy. These parents are like, let's. I'm like, and I just sit back, and I don't even talk to anybody. They think I think they think we train our kids.
Right.
To be quite honest, we don't even. We say, hey, you having fun? We try to keep things light for them. And then my other daughter's she's an awesome gymnast. And I'm not putting them on a pedestal, but they're just really competitive girls. And so they do a good job. But my wife is a saint, man. She takes good care of those girls. Right.
Because your wife, Annette, was the strength coach at Bloomsburg when we wrestled there.
Correct. And now she's the women's head strength coach for our women's basketball program that just won the MAC championships and all that good stuff.
Nice. Now, do your guys at Buffalo have a strength coach?
So yes and no, right? So me, I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
Right. So they gave me a strength coach who stays out of my way. Okay. The only thing he does, unfortunately, is open the door.
Wow. So you're still telling the young guys, like, fuck it, like, just move the weight. Get it up.
Just move the weight.
Right.
I care not.
Hang on. There is something behind that, right? Because in wrestling, you can't hit a single leg the same way. You got to figure it out. Guy's going to move differently. You got to control him, So, I mean, now on the same token, like, my hips are like the way I used to do cleans. Totally incorrect. I'm moving the weight. I felt strong as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. It's just,
right. But like my strength coach now is like, dude, what the fuck was that? Like when I first came, he's like, what the fuck was that? You know?
Yeah,
and like that's why your hips, that's why your back's jacked up now in my older age. But the thing is, I would have did the same way.
Yeah. You stop.
I don't care.
And that's the Iowa mentality, right? That's the Tom and Terry mentality, you know, and back in, you know, but you know, my wife, she took over our strength and conditioning last summer. I let her do it. You know, and our guys made a lot of gains. So, you know, it just really depends on time of year and philosophy and just all that good stuff. We still lift all the time, big dog. We still lift 4 days a week, and we're still big and strong, and you know, all that good stuff.
Now is the big dog getting on the pull-up bar?
The big dog it's over.
Oh, because hang on, we would be lifting hard, and we're all sweating, we're crushing it. He would get up on the pull-up bar, do tempos, like, oh no, big dog's back. And then stop.
Big dog's a puppy now.
Then he would point to like a 25-pound freshman, like, you trying to get fucked up today? Oh, it's my favorite. Hang on. So Stutzman has this mentality. I don't know if you just hang out with him and you're around him, you start looking in the mirror different. Like, man, I will fucking kill it, dude. I was actually talking about you. We had Rashad Evans on. What was that, like 2 weeks ago? And I was telling Rashad about how one time you guys went to, I think, a match in Michigan or whatever, and, you know, the freshmen were all fucking, you know, drooling out of their mouth and had boners when they saw Rashad, and you're like, you got a fucking wrestling match, like, fucking focus, you fucking suck, you know what I mean? And then you came back to the wrestling room and you repeated it, and I remember that really stuck with me. Like, man.
Yeah, everybody was putting him on a pedestal.
Right, like, fuck him.
They wanted his autograph. That's what it was. Somebody was trying to get his autograph.
Right. And that really stuck with me, like, competing, whether I was going against a national champion, an All-American, or I'm fighting fucking Clay Guida. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fuck you up. I don't give a shit about, like, yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But I'm going to fuck you up.
I respect you, but you're just...
I tell you what, it almost hurt my, like, ability to appreciate people a little bit, because I'm like, nah, I don't care what you did.
Yeah.
Like, not against me. Not against me. You know? Oh, you're world champion. I don't give a shit. No,
I used to get
you're not.
I used to get in arguments with my brother-in-law, Bryce, all the time, right? Because Bryce was always around all those guys, you know, and my brother-in-law...
Joking.
Yeah, he almost made some world teams and stuff like that. So, and I coached him for a lot of years. But he was always around Terry and Cejudo, and, you know, he's around all these greats, and trained with them all the time. And, you know, he had to compete against them, and I respected him, but I was like, I didn't care because we had to beat them.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of, and when you're coming from nothing, you can't put people on pedestals because you got to take what they got.
Right.
You know, so that was kind of my mentality.
Right. And that's one thing that held Bryce back from being that much better, was you think he was a little bit of a mental case, huh?
Well, I think he's the top 5 hardest working guys I've ever been around, right?
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily I think he figured it out at the end of his, he figured it out. You know, he figured out how to work really hard, and he worked really hard. And I don't necessarily he's a mental case. I mean, he was in some weight class. Remember, in 2008, okay, he beat Jake Varner, world Olympic champ.
Right.
Okay, he beat Jake Herbert, Olympic world silver.
Yep.
Right. I mean, he beat Chris Pendleton. Everybody puts Pendleton on his pedestal like he's so great, but man, Bryce and I, we would beat Pendleton all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so and these are some of the greats in our sport.
Yeah.
You know, and but when he was on, he was as good as anybody in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, so Sarirov from Azerbaijan, who's a world Olympic champ multiple times. We beat him. Like, we beat him.
Yeah.
You know, and legitimately beat him, not some fake win. You know, and he was as good as anybody. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, when he was on, he was on.
Yeah. So that's one thing about Bryce being in the room and just getting to a Division I room is surrounding yourself with people you want to be like, you know?
Yes.
So I looked at Bryce, I'm like, dude, this dude's an animal, you know? He showed me how to pull on a dude's head, and like, I remember, and he did things by illustrating it on you.
Yes.
He came out, He's like, hey, Bermuda, let's go. I'm like, Well, Bryce, I mean, actually, I never said that. But I mean, I guess I was in the back of my head, like, well, Bryce, you outweigh me by 60 pounds. But I couldn't say that out loud. Stuff like, are you fucking pussy? Like, fucking get it, you know? So I go out and I'm working and for the first period, we did a 7-minute match. For the first period, all he did was pull on the top of my head. Yeah. My body then shut down. I couldn't do anything. And he was like letting me up by like a finger. You know?
You feel like you're going to poop your pants.
Dude, I remember hanging out with him later on that night at his house. I couldn't lift my head. My chin was just resting on my chest because my neck was smoked. I couldn't do it the rest of the night. So now I do that to people. Yeah. And I hate showing it to people because then they try doing it back to me. And it's the worst.
What were you doing? Just grabbing like a...
Well, so the thing is, everybody clubs on the back of the neck, right? Mm-hmm. You're pretty strong there because it attaches to your traps. You go up, I don't know, it's like 3 inches onto the crane of their head.
You club the top of the head.
The very top of their head. No. Not only you club, you hold it down. You keep pulling.
You find that little lump. You find that little bone in the back of the head. And you put your pinky on it.
Yeah,
pull down like a.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So what Stutz said, like these kids now are way better. I wasn't that. So Stutz would send me out. Here's what, big dog. No shots first period. I just need you to pull, snap, push them around. And they would get some takedowns, and I'd get up, but they got tired. And then the third period, it was just takedown city.
Yeah, the second you'd catch up, in the third they were dog shit.
Yeah. And I Stutz would give me this energy, like when the guy broke, he would do this like jerking motion with his hand, like he's done, take his heart. And I would just be like, yeah. And I would run back to the middle and like a dog. Like, you like that, sir? Like, again, master? You know? Double-legging kids on the tables. And he'd be like, yeah. I'd lose a point. Like, all right, it's all right, big dog. It's all right.
Oh, well, you slam people through the tables?
I have.
They were the days, man. Yeah. They were the fun days.
Well, it was just, Stutz showed me how to take a guy's heart.
Yeah.
Like
that's very demoralizing.
Like,
slamming him through
the
table.
Well, sure, I'm not. Well, no, pushing him out of balance, but like. I could let up at the finish line and not. I know I'm not getting the 2 points, but I'm gonna put the extra at the end of it to let you know what the fuck is up.
That almost happened.
Like when I'd get on the guy, I put pressure on him. When I get off him, I fucking push off of him. You got any guys like that now, Stutz?
Nah, we got some ornery dudes, man. My 41-pounder's ornery.
Now, is that the guy that?
Well, now you got some qualifiers this week, right?
Yeah, I got 6. We got 6.
So tell me about your guys. Let's give these guys a little.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So my 33-pounder, like I said, he's a backwoods country kid, man. He's a hard-working kid. He's gritty. He's another kid that
Derek Spahn.
Yeah. He's a worker, man. He's a great kid, great lifestyle. He's super, man. I can't. He's a top 5 hardest working kids I've ever been around too. He's one of those guys. He buys in and he'll run a 3-mile, or we still do our 21 minutes, right? He'll do that some bits in 16 and a half.
Oh, he beat me, huh?
Yeah, that dude, he works. He's that guy. Brian Landry's probably our toughest guy, one of the toughest guys I've ever been around in my lifetime. 41. He's wrestling right now with a torn ACL in his knee and 2 torn labrums in his shoulder on both of them.
And he's still wrestling.
And he's winning.
And what'd you say? That's at 41?
Yeah, 41.
Oh yeah, Brian Landry. That's a tough weight class too. That's got the guy Yanni.
Yeah.
I know Yanni always trains with Gregor Gillespie. That's the one that Gregor always name drops.
Yeah. So here's the funny thing was Yanni's last high school match was against Landry. Landry beat him in high school.
Yeah.
That was Yanni's last loss.
Well, even I see Landry only has 14 matches this season, so I'm guessing he missed a little bit of time with some injuries.
For the ACL tear. We tore the ACL in November.
Yeah.
Oh, your guys did?
Yeah, my guy tore his ACL in November.
Yikes.
So, so I had to be smart with him this year with his training, which is, for me, that's hard, right? We got to go.
Yeah.
But and then but he'll be in the mix. He was a quarterfinals in national tournament a couple of years ago, so he'll be in the mix, man. So I'm excited for him. And then 57, Alex Smythe qualified. He's a world team member, made a U.S. world team this summer.
Nice.
So he's another one, got a bad draw, but he's good, man. He can get him the backside. Troy Keller, another New York kid, he's a JUCO champ a couple of years ago, and he won the MAC title. he got a tough draw, but he's good. He can win. So I'm excited about those guys. I think they all can win, to be honest with you.
Right.
Call me crazy. 97, our guy won the MAC title. He has a tough draw. He has the number 2 guy out of the chute, but he can win.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's cool about the NCAA tournament in wrestling is it's similar to March Madness. It's like there's rankings, but like anybody could win. Like there could be some sleepers in there. Like someone could have a day where they're like, nope, not today.
I'm on.
I'm on.
And then my heavyweight qualified. So 6 guys, man. I think these guys perform. We can get this team in the top 20. Hopefully, and we got to get a couple All-Americans to make that happen. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good environment.
Exciting week for you.
What is hey, if there's anything I can take from my MMA professional career towards the end, is visualization, man. Have those guys just visualizing the guys that they're wrestling and hitting the perfect singles and having the match go exactly how they want. So then there's neurons get connected to the brain. So when it actually happens, they don't freeze like, oh my God, I'm here. I took him down.
Right.
How that happens. Like a guy gets to a guy's leg.
You got to act like you got to see it to believe it.
Right. Yeah. So I think they, envision these things, it will help them for sure.
Absolutely.
Obviously keep their diet on point so they're ready to rock and roll.
Oh, they're ready, man. We had a good workout today at home, and then we drove down today, and now we're just kicking back in the hotel.
Oh, you're in Pittsburgh now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're here.
We like that. We're getting an on-scene report from the NCAAs.
I might come out this weekend.
You thinking about it?
Well, we talked about it
today. Well, I mean, we're going then because Frank said go and he'll take care of it.
Yeah, because is there the fights this weekend in Pittsburgh? No, no, that's later.
No, that's later.
Right.
PA UFC he's talking about.
Yeah.
But no, there's just the wrestling this weekend.
Right.
I forget where the fights are this weekend. There's UFC fights. I forget where they are. They're in Kansas, Wichita, I think.
Okay.
No, it just happened.
No, there's another one.
But yeah,
well,
big
now
dog.
UFC's every weekend. Before, now there's like UFC 10,000, right?
Well, I remember. I remember when I first started. I think you had us over a few times to watch some fights, and I was just like, "What's this?" Kinda. I watched a few of The Ultimate Fighter as a senior in high school, but I'd never really watched a full fight card, really. And you had us over to watch it. At the time, I was like, I'm not doing this shit. It's stupid. I'm not that tough.
Shit, man. I remember I went down to Harrisburg to watch that one time.
Stutz was my cornerman one time.
Was he?
Yeah.
In PA.
In PA. I came to Bloomsburg, picked him up. He came to PA, and I remember but he was out of his element. If I'm
out of my element.
Yeah, he's good on a wrestling mat. Fucking coaches. He's got this little thing. But I was like, all right, I'm waiting for him to give me this not speech, but just you gotta fuck this guy up, And I was like, I was just, and he was just didn't know. It was a very weird scene. We were in a gazebo or whatever, like a big fucking old fucking like a theater.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for Stutz to give me the pep.
Well, where were your fights in PA? What kind of theater?
This was in Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Harrisburg, yeah.
So that's Amish town, right?
Well, Harrisburg's the capital of Pennsylvania, so it's not
Harrisburg has people there.
Not as, but how far where you lived? This is at the point when you lived in Amish town.
Yeah. You could drive a half hour out of Harrisburg and be seeing horse and buggy.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
I forgot about that. Big dog.
Wasn't my house wasn't that far from Harrisburg, so.
Yeah.
Well, Nashville this weekend is where the UFC will be.
Oh, got you.
But I knew it was somewhere. Kentucky, Wichita, Nashville, they're all the same.
It's all the same, right? It's all the same.
Midwest.
I watch how I say things.
Or middle of the, whatever it is,
Right. Hang on. Another thing, too, Stutz, before my last couple fights, I would watch that Terry documentary. Have your guys that are competing this weekend watch it?
Right? Yeah, good stuff.
Have they watched it, your guys that are competing this weekend?
Yeah, we watched when it first came out a couple years ago, either last year or the year before that it came out.
Yeah, you can't get tired of that
me,
shit.
I'm a Brands fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Brands. I'll tell you a funny one. All right, I got all the respect in the world for Tom and Terry. I really like Terry a lot. But I can tell you a funny story. And then I, so we're wrestling Iowa last year in Iowa. And one thing I know about Tom and Terry is that, and Iowa Mystique is that they get you because I don't want to use the word bully, but
right.
If you think they're better, people are afraid of those guys and afraid of Iowa because it's Iowa.
Right.
Not because the guys are just better, Well, anyway, we went out there to wrestle those guys, and I thought we had a legit shot at winning the duel. Call me crazy, but I really did. And I had to show my team that I wasn't going to back down from Tom and Terry.
Right.
You know, they're icons in the sport. You know, once again, it goes back to I don't care who you are. You know, we're going to compete, right?
Right.
So we're wrestling those guys, and it's funny because I've been in Terry's house, I've been in Tom's house for dinner. I've been around those guys a lot of times.
Yeah.
So whatever, we're wrestling, and Iowa fans, man, I love it, man. They're so passionate, it's fun, and they're like, we beat them at 25, we beat them at 33, and then and I knew they were going to run the table right in the middle there. They're just better, but I had my 41 pounder was actually a 25 pounder. He's a bloated 25 pounder. Our guy was having trouble with our guy, and they started chirping. And me, I'm gonna chirp back.
Yeah,
I'm like, my guy's a 25 pounder, and just chirping back. And so we get later in the match, and they're starting to run. So 74, we're wrestling their guy, and the funny thing is about 74 is that they took us down early, and then their guy started stalling. He was stalling, he was running, and I was
and that's
like,
not
stalling.
the Iowa style.
Yeah, I'm like, stall. I didn't think you stalled in Iowa, so I'm like egging them on, right? And then before the whole duel started, beforehand I was like, hey Terry, we're flying out tomorrow at such and such time. I love to, if we can work out in the morning before we fly out, that'd be great. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem, and I'm like, all right, good. So I got this dual meet set up. I mean, I got this practice set up for Saturday after the duel on a Friday, whatever. Like I said, Terry's awesome, man. I got all the respect in the world for that guy. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah.
But I had to show my guys I wasn't going to back down from Tom and Terry, right? So they're chirping, I'm chirping, the fans are chirping, right? So I'm chirping back, man. I'm an instigating machine, man.
Right.
And so we get the heavyweight. We got hosed. I mean, we had 2 takedowns. They didn't give it to us, So I'm yelling, we got carvered, we got carvered, And next thing I know, so I get this email. Leaving the duel meet. I get this email. You are not allowed to use our facility tomorrow at 9 a.m. or in the morning to work out.
From who?
From Terry.
What?
He was so mad at me. He wanted to kill me. He wanted to literally kill me. And I got under their skin, and I didn't mean to. I was just, maybe I meant to. I don't know, but
no, you did. At the time,
I was just me being me, right?
Yeah.
I was instigating the back, but I got this email, like he wanted to fight me.
Damn.
Right. And I know this because he called my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is the coach of UNC. So he called my brother-in-law up.
He called Bryce.
Called Bryce and trying to find my phone number. Right. So Bryce didn't give me my phone number, so he couldn't get my phone number to call me. And I was in Iowa City this whole time.
Right.
And he's calling Buffalo. He left me a voicemail, my office phone, shot me an email. He wanted to kill me, I thought. So, long story short, so then we're at Midlands that year, and I have my daughter, Lexi. She goes to Midlands with me every year. This guy, literally, he wanted to fight me.
He marched up to you, huh?
He marched up to me. And if my daughter wasn't there,
it might have went down.
It might have went down.
Wow.
But I didn't think anything about it.
Right.
Like I said, I love the guy. I think he's an awesome coach, one of the best of all time, But it's like wrestling. You get caught up in the moment. It's like fighting, anything, man. Right. It's like your emotions flies.
Yeah. And the thing is with the Brands boys is I don't think they have the mentality like, who the fuck I am? I don't think that's it. I just think that's how they fucking operate. Like,
bad.
What?
They don't care. Like, they're actually some of the most down-to-earth people I've ever been around in my life. Like, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Like, there's no ego. It's not like I'm Tom and Terry, I'm the great. No, there's no ego, man.
At least the D1 rooms that I know and the people that I know who came from D1 rooms, it's all alpha. It's majority alpha males.
Yeah.
Like, it's a room of fucking studs. Like, it's not.
It's a room of alpha males. Everybody's an alpha male.
And you need that.
Funny, like,
you're the best where you come from. You're one of the best where you come from. You're one of the best where you come from. Now all going here, and we'll kind of. Right. You're all gonna be like, it's fucking Darwinism.
I mean, it's what it is. But it was funny though. Like you said, it's because I have all the respect in the world for him. But sometimes emotions get in the way.
Well, that's one thing I liked about wrestling for Stutz is like, everyone's, he would tell me I'm a dick slinger or whatever. He kept it real with me always. Yeah. But when I was competing, if someone was trying to bully me or like fuck me on the scorecards, he would come out on the mat and like snap. Like he would almost snatch a fucking ref by the shirt. Like, are you kidding me? He'd go to scoreboards like, nah, that's fucking wrong. And if a coach tried to step like, nah, you're wrong, he'd be like, yeah, meet me on the SS mat. Like, I'll fuck you up. But
yeah, I like fighting for my guys.
But with that,
fight for your guys.
Man, and with that energy, like I would see this going. Sometimes there would be like, a minute where the match is stopped because they're trying to figure out the score, and I see Stutz fucking going back and forth, and I'm like, man, I'm about to fuck this dude up. Because now it's me and my coach first year and your coach, and we ain't losing.
Yeah.
I'm going to win. I'm going to win 99.9%.
Yeah.
100%. That's like I said, even similar when you have a problem, like your kid has a problem at school. It's like, oh, so now me and that kid's dad and whoever the fuck is riding with them have problems. So, yeah. Wrestling coaches go nuts. Like that's one of my favorite things about watching the NCAAs. Like when I don't really pay attention during the season and watch dual meets and whatnot because they don't televise a lot of it.
Right,
a lot of it's on like flow grappling and whatnot. But the wrestling, the one that is it going to be on ESPN this year or we don't know?
Yeah, it's on. It'll be on ESPN Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Man, it's going to be an unbelievable
I watched that
tournament.
shit.
They're going to have because usually they have from the semis on. No.
Yeah, now they're every round. Every round will be televised.
Because this is like the fucking studs. This is the best wrestlers in the country. So like you're gonna watch an Olympic champion probably compete this week. Like a
without a doubt, without a doubt.
You're gonna watch like the upper echelon of the wrestlers for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
5 years compete. I love
without
this.
a doubt. Without a doubt.
Well, Stutz, we appreciate you for joining us. Dennis's phone's about to die, but good luck this week. Hopefully you pick up some W's, get some All-Americans, maybe a national champion in there.
Well, that's the plan, man. So I appreciate you having me on, and Dennis has always been good. So I appreciate it. Have fun and do your thing.
Yeah, if we're in Pittsburgh, I'll text you.
And you're a great guest. We got to do this again. Did he hang up on us already?
Nope, I'm here, buddy.
Yep,
absolutely.
Yeah, so we got to do this again. We love the old school stories of Dennis wrestling back in the day in Edinburgh.
He was fun, man. He's a
Bloomsburg, you idiot.
Oh, Bloomsburg, my bad.
Yeah,
Edinburgh was the enemy.
The Huskies.
Yeah.
The enemy, yeah. I was thinking Gregor.
Enemy, that's it.
I was thinking Gregor.
All right.
Catch you later, Stutz. Peace.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye.
So you got a little old school menace there.
That was really endearing, Dennis.
Yeah. Yeah, Stutz, he's like, how we talk about frenemies?
Yeah.
So he's like one of the guys that built me to like what I am today, but they're still like
he did it with tough love.
You motherfucker. Yeah, like
Yeah.
But I hear stories like sometimes I'll speak to him and I hear these stories of like, nah, man, we did this. I'm like, what? When I wrestled for you, fucking, you had us doing this. He's like, yeah.
It changed.
Things changed. I'm like, what?
Well, you know what? After you is when I saw the error of my ways.
Well, the thing is when he coached me. No, I was his first year as a head coach. I was under him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he looks young. The pictures I saw of him, he's a young dude.
No, he's not. I think he's in his 40s.
Bro, that's young. He was in his 30s when he was coaching.
Yeah.
He's fucking. That's a young dude. I mean, I don't know how old D1 wrestling coaches are, but I think like John Smith or fucking. That's what I think of when I think of coach.
Right.
Old motherfuckers.
And like Gable and shit.
Yeah, I think of like the older.
But those guys can't really.
Like I feel like when Cale Sanderson became a head coach, it was like, oh, now you're making young guys head coaches, and it was like he was one of.
Well, he went and fucking crushed it and like got Olympic gold. I
feel like usually they're a little older. He looks like a young dude. But not Buffalo too. That's where Serm's the man at. They probably still got Serm's pictures up there.
Yeah. So Stutz actually wrestled at Buffalo. I meant to ask him. I think he had like the record for like most takedowns in.
Ooh, you sure? Serm might have that. I know Serm has a bunch of records at Buffalo. I think he has like most wins.
Or maybe he had it at one point in his most wins for sure.
Yeah.
But I think Stutz might have had like the most takedowns for a minute. You know what I mean? But Serm might have, because Serm is one of those guys that take a guy down, pin him or something like that. Stutz would like Stutz wrestled a little bit, like maybe take a guy down, let him up, take him down. Yeah.
Like even that's probably the type of guys he looks when he recruits. Guys
Yeah.
to him.
So the Iowa style is just in your face, nonstop, wet blanket.
That's what he means by Iowa style.
Yeah.
So you're fighting.
So you're constantly hand fighting. If a guy hits you hard, you don't go, okay, whatever. You hit him even harder.
So even your MMA is pretty much Iowa style.
Yeah, in your face. Try and wet blanket. I mean, when I was younger, it was more Iowa style than as I got older. As I got older, like, let me just make a little.
Your MMA?
I mean, I don't. At least the mindset was like, let me be a little more technical. I don't think it came out like that.
Just the mindset, yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of those people where it was always like, how.
Yeah, you're this close to me, I'm hitting you.
Forward pressure constantly. It's like he doesn't stop coming forward. So very rarely have we seen you retreat in a fight.
Yeah, not
which always makes you wonder what the scoring criteria really is about. But that's a whole nother. It was funny when you and Uriah were talking about you and Feely, and like the energy in the room got a little awkward for a moment. I'm like, he's one of your boys, and that's where it got awkward. And then he's like, yeah, remember I walked past you and told me how I ruined your career, or ruined your life.
Well, no, because I remember. I think it was the fight against.
Like, hey, Uriah, fuck you and fuck your gym.
That's
where Dennis was at,
well, I mean, directly after a loss, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't really like whatever. Like, I love Uriah.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever got married, Uriah might be invited.
Yeah. But even, like, after you lose a fight.
Oh,
hang on. You're looking at a can of gasoline. Like, I could take that can of gasoline, I could pour it around his gym, and then I could throw the light.
Hang on. After a fight, though, I don't like any. If I lose, I don't like anybody.
Anyone. Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah. My corner. That's probably it. Like, because they felt like they lost too. Mm-hmm. Like they just got beat up or got denied a win too. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's only those three. Mm-hmm. Everybody else can go fucking just suck a fat one.
Suck this dick.
Yeah. And I will fucking pull it out for you.
No, we're good on that, but
well, I was trying to think of something else. Like, I'll punch you in the face. I don't care. I'll kill you.
Stutz seems like my kind of guy.
Oh.
Like, my wrestling coach was like that, too. My wrestling coach was LaFlare's wrestling coach, too, in high school. And he was like one of those guys who was like he was like this big. But his aura, he had like a fucking presence to him where it's like, bro, I can probably fuck you up. Then once he starts talking, like, nope, never mind. I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Like Juan Adams type shit. Yeah, the Juan Adams said it, and I was like, oh shit, that's it. Juan Adams was like, it's that big dick energy. Like this little dude had that big dick energy where it was like, nah, I'm just gonna fucking I own this place. I remember when I was in high school, I got in trouble with all the teachers and the football coach. Like, I didn't want to play football, and the football coach had it out for me. So all through high school, the basketball coach had a problem with me. Like, they would just be like, oh, you have a problem with the football coach? So you have a problem with all of us. You know what I mean? Then I finally found the wrestling coach. And the wrestling coach was smaller than everyone. But football coach was like a big fucking juice monkey, like big jacked up dude. He was a dick. The wrestling coach was half his size, but jacked, and was like, tell him you're with me now. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't let me play. They literally, like, I was an asshole. You know what I mean? Like a bad kid, whatever.
Stan, I gotta stop you.
Why?
I just feel like none of my fans care.
No, they might. It was about wrestling. I was going into my wrestling coach. My wrestling coach was actually.
You weren't a good wrestler.
I wasn't bad.
You weren't good.
For a high school wrestler, I wasn't bad. I only wrestled 2 years. But my wrestling coach.
You have to be a state champ to not be bad.
You weren't even. Yeah, you just shitted on yourself.
Yeah, you're right. But hang on. I'm still mad at myself for not being a state champ.
But then you did go D1. But I was going to my wrestling coach, or I was going to say, he was legit. He was like an Olympic level coach and shit.
Yeah. Because what I'm thinking is, like, I just try Uncle Dana one more time. Over you, like, when I wrestled.
No, I was talking about how my coach was a good coach, and he was like a no bullshit guy like Stutzman before he became a dick, and you were like, no one wants to hear this because I don't want to hear it.
What questions you got for Uncle Dana?
He sounds really low on my headset.
Yeah, mine too.
Are you plugged in?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Whatever.
All right, we'll try that for tomorrow then, maybe. You know what it is? He's going to hit us up after we leave here.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Well, you know how it rolls. What about Tim Boat? Nothing from him?
Yeah, I could kick him a ring.
It's up to you. Or we could wrap this up and call episode, because we're going to come up with episode 21 tomorrow night. So you make that call, Dennis.
I don't. He never responded back to me. So
Who, Tim Boach?
Yeah, on the way here.
Okay.
So
well, we were trying to get him on. We almost did a retirement episode if we would have got him. We would have had him and Uriah on. You know what I was going to say too? You and Uriah both went out the same way in style.
On the double.
On that W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. Did you get a little like? You sure you done? And then but he's like
he's not done.
Hang on. He said like, you don't have the itch, and I'm like, but I was saying like he has the itch.
Are you joking? He's about to fight a 16-year-old. He's about to fight.
Yeah, but jiu-jitsu, dude.
I'll bet he's pushing for combat jiu-jitsu, or he's probably like, I'll fuck you.
Oh, I meant to ask him that. Like, if it's combat jiu-jitsu, you smack that.
It's regular, but
I know that.
In his head, he's ready to go. I guarantee you. Like I've heard him say that not too long ago on one of his interviews. Like, he still trains. Yeah,
no, I know that.
Yeah.
That's just a lifestyle for him.
Yeah, you had the cast on. Once you start training, same like LaFlare. LaFlare hasn't even trained, and he's thinking comeback.
Yeah. Should we call LaFlare right now?
He don't want to be on our show.
Dude, what's with this? He doesn't want to be. He loves our show.
No, he does, but he doesn't. You know what I mean?
How doesn't?
Oh,
here we go. He does, but he doesn't. Yes and no.
Because he does want to be on our show, but probably at his own convenience, not me and you calling him like we just fucking bombarded him.
Who cares? Hang on.
All right. Call him up.
You want me to like, hey, hit up Ben. Hey, hit up Dana. Hey, like these people that really like
text them off the air or contact them off the air.
Yeah, I'm still bothering them, but Ryan LaFlare can't be bothered, huh?
No, you could. Bother
He's like my closest buddy.
Bro, you could bother him.
Yeah, I'm gonna bother him right now because I'm sick of your shit. Fucking bitch. You're like, I'll smack the shit out.
Real douche of this Dennis kid.
You Nancy. Just trying to make dynamite shows, Well, the thing is, we gotta get them on.
I'm gonna take a piss first.
Whatever. I don't need you.
You know.
Fucking need your fucking.
Welcome to episode 20.
Welcome to the Menace Show. And I am the man. Yo, what up, Rye Dog?
What's up?
I just kicked Stan out of the studio. I just figured I'd call you, see what you're doing, dude.
Why'd you kick him out?
Yeah, you're on the Menace and the Man. What are you doing?
I'm on Menace and the Man?
Yeah, right now, dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You driving?
Yeah, I just left the gym sparring. I was coaching sparring.
Oh, I thought you said you were sparring. I'm like, you're leg. You just got ACL surgery. How are you sparring?
Carefully, man. Just use the right leg.
How many people do you think you can beat up with your leg in a brace?
Oh, man. Right now, 0. I mean, definitely.
Really?
So I can definitely take my son and, your kids.
Yeah, those little.
But, I'm not taking, a grown adult. I can't even move my leg.
Hang on. You're going to tell me you don't think you could beat up Stan with your leg like that?
I mean, Stan, he's not a real adult. I mean, an actual adult.
Yeah,
Someone who was functioning.
Someone who doesn't wear pajamas every day and wakes up before noon. Got you. Yeah, I was like, yo, let's give Ryan a call. He's like, nah, I don't know. I think we should have him in studio. I think, on his time. I'm like, dude, let's just fucking try and give him a call. He's like, nah, I don't know if Ryan would be... Dude, fuck off.
Bro, he doesn't want to fucking be bothered by us.
What do you mean? Yeah. He's driving home right now. He's got a little, how much time you got to kill, Rye? 5 minutes?
Not even.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are getting the X as soon as I get home.
Exactly. I know how he operates.
Yeah, you get on top of your wife, Rye, or what?
No, what are you insane? How are you, Stan? Good to see you.
I'm good, Ryan. How are you?
I'm really good. What? You never came and fixed that thing that you said you were gonna come and do over the weekend.
I know. That's because I was busy doing shit with Dennis. Do you definitely want me to do that?
At least you know that you couldn't. That you didn't do it.
No, I do know I didn't.
You know what, Ryan? It's priority, dude. He's rolling with the Menace, bro.
No.
What you guys get into?
We're trying to make the Menace Cave a little bigger. Well, I converted to gas, so we took the oil tank. The oil tank got taken out, so we had to put the wall back up.
Right.
And even that's a big thing you asked me, like for the gym. I asked Depot, and Depot was like, yeah, Ryan wants to do it, but he was on the fence, so I had to get that confirmation.
Greg was on the fence, huh?
You had to get whose permission?
No, nobody's permission. Yeah. I just wanted to have that conversation first. Like, you sure you want to do this? Because it's going to be a little intrusive, It's going to make some dust.
Oh, so no wonder why you didn't want to call Ryan, because you didn't want him to call your ass out.
No, not at all. I knew that Ryan probably doesn't want to do an interview,
What do you mean? This isn't an interview. We're shooting the shit with our bro.
Does he know he's on air?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, yeah. I know. Sometimes...
He's not a born loser like you, Stan.
I like how he mumbles. Like, does he know he's on air?
Does he know he's on air?
Like I didn't. I can't hear you. Only Dennis can hear that.
Yeah. Well, what we usually do is we call people. We've had a few people now that are like 5 minutes into the interview, be like, "Wait a minute, I'm on air right now."
Yeah.
And we go, "Yeah, you're."
Yeah, we had my college coach on for a minute, and we had Urijah Faber on tonight, and you're the third guest for while we got you.
Good. Last but not least.
Yeah. So what I really want to do is I want to just kind of just groom you real nice and make you feel comfortable. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna come in when I have more time, and we're gonna really crush it.
Oh, we would do LaFlare segments every week if you would do it.
But you guys do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, hang on, Ryan. Ready for this? We're doing one tomorrow. We're doing
tomorrow,
one.
It's all you can eat crab legs at what is that? At Popeyes in Deer Park.
Oh no, that's what's that? Crab Joe's or whatever, or Crab Shack? Crab Shack.
It's called Popeye. Remember I just said?
Yeah, he's doing a real plug right now. Yeah, it's a real place.
Is that? Hang on. Is that to the? Is it a smaller place?
There's two of them. There's one in Rocky Point, and there's one in Deer Park.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what. The crab legs, it's all you can eat snow crab legs. It's a little pricey, definitely a little bit out of the Menace price range, maybe like $45.
Oof.
But it's all you can eat crab legs, and they're fucking amazing. They're tremendous. I haven't missed a Wednesday in like 4 months.
Really? I didn't know you were getting down like that.
I haven't missed a Wednesday.
No, I actually haven't been there in a while, but
Now, are you going by yourself, or are you taking the wife out?
Well, I normally go by myself, because if my wife comes with me, it's usually double the money. Yeah. So I'm not gonna get a good bang for the buck with her. So I usually got to bring somebody. Dennis they would have to pay us to get out of there. Yeah. We would rip them off so bad.
When are they open till?
You went there.
When are they open till?
I think they close at 9.
Oh
no, 10 at 10. I'll tell you, I went there one time at like 8:45, and they were like, "Oh, we close the kitchen at 9:30." I'm like, "You will not close that kitchen until I'm done eating."
You better get that thing. You better keep that thing open. Because what I'm saying is maybe we do an in studio. We go directly from here.
No, that's what I was trying to say. I really don't go there every Wednesday. But
yeah, I know that.
My neighbors bought the house that they've been living in, and they're closing on their house tomorrow. So we're celebrating with some all you can eat crab legs. I told them I would go there with them. So I made a date.
Ooh.
Oh, date night tomorrow.
The neighbors.
They got like 4 kids. So
the neighbors I know.
It's gonna get wild. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So
I'm home.
How's the knee doing?
See you later.
He doesn't want to talk to you anymore. All right.
Knee is good.
The knee's
good,
good?
Stanley. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for asking.
All right.
It's getting there.
So we'll get you on later.
Yep. I'll see you later.
All right. Peace. This is Chris Wade's dad.
What's he calling you for?
Talk about PSEG.
Hit him up. Let's see. Right. We'll talk about his son.
Tom.
Well, you answer your phone better than you answer a text.
Hang on, Tom. Just so you know, you're on my podcast right now. You're on Menace and the Man.
Podcast?
Yes, you're on my podcast.
Well, I don't really want to be on your podcast, so I think it's best if I hang up.
Okay, I'll call you in a little bit.
Yep, talk to you. Bye.
Peace. That was Chris Wade's dad.
Yeah. We might actually get a Chris Wade episode in this week, or maybe next week soon.
I can't wait to tell Chris Wade that his dad was on the podcast before he was.
Yeah. What was he calling for? What like?
No. I got the he works for PSEG, the job. I just got the offer to, and he wants to tell me more about it.
And yeah, I told you, bro. LaFlare gave us like 3 minutes. He don't want to be on our show.
Well, no. I mean, he was driving home. What's he gonna? He's gonna walk in his house. It's gonna be like, "Oh, Daddy," and yell. It just,
Watch. LaFlare's gonna big time us. And we're gonna be like, "Come in studio, come in studio." He's always got.
I disagree.
He's always got something to do. I hope he does.
Well,
he did. I hope I'm wrong.
He already. Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong.
Hang on. He just said he teaches Tuesday and Thursday, right?
He'll teach the day we're trying to bring him in studio.
He's not teaching anymore with his leg. Well, I guess, you can coach sparring because you don't need to actually do anything. You just have to give verbal
he can still
commands.
Coach when he's fucked up. We've seen that. How many times has he been on like a knee brace or something and he's still in there? And you're like, Ryan, sit down. But he's like up there coaching.
I love when he's trying to show you something and he has a cast on.
And he's so fucked up.
And he still hits you like he has just his bare hand. And you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, even a lot of Lima people probably listen to our podcast, I would think, or our show. That's one of the things that I know because that's LaFlare's thing. Like, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to throw the double jab and then the punch. He'll hit you with the punch, or he'll hit you with one of the jabs, and they'll be like, my bad. Or he'll
like
be like
in the mouth.
Like he'll be on top of you, and he'll be like, all right, guys, you're gonna get on top, and then you're gonna work ground and pound. My bad. He'll hit you with the third one, then be like, my bad. You good? And you're like, I'm okay. You just punched me in the face, but we're good. We're cool. You don't
want to look like a bitch in front of everybody. Like, nah, man, that didn't faze me.
I'm good.
I'm not rocked right now.
I'm a little dazed, but you did it. We're good.
I don't think I need stitches in my mouth. I think I just a little bit of blood.
Yeah. One of the least fun people to train with, but it is fun too because you do get a lot of scrambles in. But
no, he's awesome. He's amazing.
Yeah, not fun for how vicious it is.
Ryan LaFlare to come.
Yeah. And even that, like we were talking how like Bravino and people at the UFC would say like LaFlare, if it could only translate.
Oh, hang on. We were getting a little bit of that. Right
100%. We'll bring it out of him. If we can get him in every week, we could do the LaFlare segment and like whoever.
He's not committing to every week.
You know what I mean, though. Anyone that you ever thought was funny on Menace and the Man, like Joe, you're the perfect person we could say it to. Anyone that you ever thought was funny, like, oh, that guy sounds funny, LaFlare would probably shit on them. Like, he's a funny dude. If he came in this room, he might be the funniest guy in the room. Like how he has like that weird thing about him.
Yeah.
But when his personality tried to translate in the UFC, people were
well, because UFC is a fight and it's a conflict, and there's this like, hey, me and you have a problem, we're gonna settle it in the octagon, and I'm going to win.
Me and Dennis talked about this. If we give the LaFlare a list and say honestly, give him a beer and a list and say roast these people, he'll do as good as Ben Askren.
I disagree.
Similar to Ben Askren. He'll do something. He'll do something good.
He needs to personally know you to be able to smoke you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's some truth to that, but I'm saying it depends on who's on the list. Then, if we give him a list and say roast these people, we could do a Long Island MMA episode and just give him a list of Long Island MMA people.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that the people that are listening be like, what?
Yeah, maybe.
And then Alex in Arizona would be like, what? Who are they? That doesn't make sense to me.
Who is this Ryan LaFlare character? But yeah, it didn't translate the way it should have. Personality, good fighting.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Fight card this weekend. Let's touch on that and let's get the fuck out of here.
I don't know what. I didn't look at this card too much, so let's see. I just know the main event. Ooh, actually,
let's do main event.
Well, that's what we were trying to do. I tried to get Dominic Reyes on this week, but he, after his victory, stayed for some vacationing in London.
Yeah, do the main event.
Just the main event.
Yep.
Well, Macy Barber, we want to try to get her on the show.
Yeah. I might tweet her right now. Anyways.
And we're going to get...
All right, stop looking through the list. Fucking ask who
Curtis Blades might come on the show next week, so Curtis Blades versus Justin Willis. We'll root for Curtis Blades.
Bro, what do you... Start from the bottom of the card and work to the main event.
You just said do the main event. I thought you meant just do the main event.
Oh, no, I'm saying the main card, I said. Didn't I? I said main event?
Yeah, you said main event.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Just the main card. Right?
Well, we'll go prelims. Okay, we got our girl Angela Hill versus Randa Marcos. So we'll just pick the fights that we care about, or we know. Bobby Moffitt versus Bryce Mitchell. Who you got? I'll go with Bobby Moffitt.
Okay, me too.
Angela Hill versus Randa Marcos.
That's a tough fight because they both kind of stand and bang.
Yeah,
I think,
but she's a striker. She's got
Randa. Well, the thing is,
Randa's like an MMA striker.
Angela Hill is a kind of a kickboxer. She'd throw a lot of kicks and strikes, whereas Ronda wants to make it into almost like a bar fight. Yeah. She wants to get in your face, and she's cool with taking damage to get in there and get after it.
What do you think of Randa looks-wise? I like Randa. Whenever she fights, I'm a fan of her.
Yeah, she's pretty. I did an event with her in.
Not that looks matter in fighting. But.
Well, no, I did an event with her in Canada, and we're two different people. I'm very outgoing and very outspoken, and she's very quiet and proper. And I was like, ugh.
You tried to make her laugh.
Like, I like you like as a person because kind of a dud.
Yeah, but maybe that's her personality. Maybe
that's what it is. No, she just wants to punch you in the face. She actually works a job too. She's a pharmacist.
She might be like Dennis Bermudez, one of the funniest people I've ever met. He was cracking jokes the whole time.
I disagree. I disagree.
She might.
She's a pharmacist. She works a full-time job as well
in Canada.
Yeah,
Canadian pharmacist.
Yeah.
Versus Angela Hill. I mean, Angela Hill's been on the show. She's a fan of the show. Your girl Jessica Penne.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to root for her, but I do like Randa Marcos.
We could try to get Randa on the show in the future.
It's tough to root against her. So now let's go main card. Macy Barber versus J.J. Aldrich. So
Macy Barber all day.
I was gonna say, do you know J.J. Aldrich?
I don't. I've just seen Macy fight one time, and I thought to myself, but now, holy shit, she's a killer.
Yeah, and now that's what I was gonna say. People think, like I was reading the comments and shit, like on like TapNap Snap, people were saying that Macy Barber might be like the Sage Northcutt. I don't think so. Like Sage Northcutt wanted to play.
No chance.
Yeah, like Macy Barber's vicious. Like UFC's hyping her.
How is she the Sage Northcutt?
In that they hype her up because she's young.
Hang on, they hyped her up because I watched her fillet a girl's face with her elbows.
But I'm saying she's
vicious.
She's still young.
I don't care. I watched her crush.
So you're going Macy Barber?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna tweet her. Actually, I'll wait till she fights.
Luis Pena versus Steven Peterson.
I'm going with the
Violent Bob Ross.
Violent Bob Ross.
I'll go with Violent Bob Ross as well. I would.
Great. Just.
That's a tough nickname to beat.
Yeah. You like him because of it. You're like, you know what? You kind of do look like Bob Ross.
Number 2, right behind the Menace. Jussier Formiga versus Davison Figueiredo.
So I know the Brazilian on the right.
They got him ranked number
Division.
1. Is he number 1 at flyweight? Jussier Formiga? Yeah, they got him ranked number 1. That was one of the questions I would have had for Dana.
I know Figueiredo is training at Alpha Male right now.
This dude.
Yeah, the Brazilian.
So you're going.
Well, are they both Brazilian?
Yeah, I believe Jussier Formiga is Brazilian.
I'm gonna go.
So two Brazilians are gonna fight in Nashville. That's probably not,
I'm gonna go to Formiga.
I'm gonna go Formiga, but I don't know the other guy.
Well, no, the other guy he's like.
Is he on the come up? Is he young?
No, he's just one of those guys that he's definitely not going to quit. Yeah. Like I feel like he would bite you before he taps out.
All right. Well, I probably should do a little more research before I do that pick, but I'll go with Formiga. John McDessie versus Jesus Jesus Pinedo.
I got McDessie. So I used to train with Joey Gambino, who is in the UFC. He trained up at TriStar for a while, but he's from my hometown, Saugerties. He's actually the one that got me into MMA, and he speaks so highly of McDessie. Like
from training with him.
Yeah,
in Canada.
Yeah. And I've seen his fights too. And
yeah, McDessie's a beast. He's got who had that one fight? Like someone, Lando Venata hit him with that spinning back kick. That was like the last tough one that he had. Yeah.
Yeah.
That but other than that, like if you take out what happens sometimes, like it's fucked up in fighting. Like sometimes for the fans, like a guy, like not for me, but like a guy will get slept and it's like, oh, he's
done.
The fans write him off completely. It's like, dude, Robbie, like Masvidal's got, not that he's been slept like that, but Masvidal's got 13 losses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Cerrone's a superstar. Cerrone's got 13 losses.
Yeah.
Curtis Blades, Justin Willis.
I'm going to go with Curtis Blades.
I'll go Curtis Blades as well, but Justin Willis is a beast.
Yeah.
He trains with Kane and DC.
Yeah, so he's in a good room.
Really good room. And he's from a good, production
Yeah.
camp,
I just think
Curtis Blades is due after that Ngannou fight.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yep.
Pettis versus Stephen Thompson.
Interesting one.
A very interesting one, yes.
I think
you see this too. This is going to be ESPN Plus, so they're fucking going hard. They're not even.
I think Stevens is the bigger guy, so I think he could be a little stronger, and if he does his thing with his kicks and stuff like that, it keeps him at bay. I think it could be hard for Anthony to get inside his range and hit him, but this is not Anthony's first rodeo. This man's been in the UFC and the WC for a long, long time and has fought the best.
I'd imagine like all your fights, like you felt a way, whatever. Like when you fought at 155, did you feel like fucking Superman with the less 10 pounds? Did it feel any different fight day?
It was.
Did you feel different fight day at 155 versus at 145? You probably would have been different physically in like the 10, 12 minute mark, where like how much water, how good your body felt, but
yeah,
you know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I didn't have a full training camp fighting at 55.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, is Pettis now going to fight at 70, walk at 80, cut to 70, and be like, I feel fucking amazing. Let me just let this shit fly.
Yeah.
Because this is even, I was listening to Duke, Duke Rufus is his coach. This is two, and you could watch it from even watching them fight. This is two completely different karate striking styles.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Could Pettis show up and just have better hands and better footwork?
Well, I think the move is I'm sure they've been working it, is for Anthony Pettis to block a kick and then close the distance and do his stuff.
I'm going to go with Stephen Thompson because of the size. I think it's going to be I actually think it's going to be a boring fight. I don't think he's going to be able to catch Stephen Thompson.
What's Stephen Thomas's takedown defense rate? Because I think if it goes to the ground...
You think Pettis would try to... I don't think... Does Pettis have takedowns like that?
Not really, but Pettis is amazing getting taken down and tapping your ass out, which I don't think Thompson's...
78%. So he's got a pretty good takedown defense. And then if you look at the people he's fought and not gotten taken down by, they might have been better wrestlers than Pettis.
Right, like did Tyron... How many times did Tyron take down
Twice,
Tyron?
I think. Woodley, twice, I think.
Twice in the 2 fights?
Mm-hmm.
Only 2 times out of fighting him twice.
Yeah, I don't think he got. Yeah. I don't think he took him down the whole first fight. They were on the feet the whole first fight, if I remember correctly, and then the second fight he took him down. I forget, but.
All right, so
I'm gonna go.
I'm sure Thompson's or Stephen Thomas is the favorite.
When this fight was made, people didn't think it was real.
Yeah,
because you immediately think Pettis tried to cut to 145, fucked up, missed it, had that whole little whatever, and then fought at 55 his whole career. So it's like, why would you? That's that weird jump. Like if this was a fight at 165, it'd be different.
So from a personal level, right? Like I'm actually like friends with Stephen Thompson.
Yeah, like I'm gonna root for Stephen.
You know what I
mean?
Like when I see him, hey, what's up, Dennis? How you doing? Da-da-da-da. But I'm Facebook friends with Anthony Pettis. Okay. What's a bigger deal?
Oh, shit. Facebook makes it official, is what they say.
Now, if they both were to walk past me and I said, what's up?
Wonder Boy's going to be nicer.
Wonder Boy will stay and talk to me longer.
But, yes and no. It's a weird situation. Oh, man, that's a weird conversation, too.
You love yes and no.
It's a weird conversation. Yeah, yes and no. What if Jared Gordon's standing next to you? Then he's going to stop and fucking talk to you and be like, oh, shit. What if then Weidman's standing next to you? Then he'd be like, it's my brother-in-law. So that's a weird, you got to think, his sister-in-law is from Long Island. Or his, sister-in-law.
If I'm a betting man, I go...
Thompson.
Thompson.
Well, no.
I think...
No, if you're a betting man, well, I guess, yeah. If you're a betting man, depends on the odds.
Yeah.
Then you
I would
imagine... You know what I meant by that. Yeah.
But...
If they got Pettis 3-1, I'll take Pettis at 3-1.
You just don't want to be pinned down tonight, Stan.
No, I was saying I'll take Pettis at 3-1. Or if they got Pettis at like 4-1, or they gonna make Pettis a huge underdog, I'll probably take Pettis all day. But.
Yeah, there's something I almost want a wrench to be thrown into because 155 is already very confusing. There's a lot of people there, but 170, if Anthony Pettis takes out Wonder Boy,
the wrench just got. That would be a wrench. But even the wrench just got thrown in with your boy Usman. Yeah,
right.
Even now. when that fight happened, Stephen Thompson probably, I'm sure he wants to fight, but at the same time, like, the comedic version, like when Usman won, Stephen Thompson like probably threw his computer or broke his laptop. Like fuck me, you know. Like now, and not because he won, but because he took the fight with Pettis. Because now it's like, oh, now I'm in the mix. Usman's champion. Woodley's done right now. I'm in the mix.
So Thompson wins. I don't think it does anything for him.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. It does nothing for him.
It's a payday.
So I'm like, bro,
if Anthony Pettis wins, it's like, yo, I'm here.
If Thompson wins, read in between the lines. It's like, dude, you want a title shot? You just beat the dude who missed weight at featherweight. And you want to fight? You want to fight for the welterweight title? What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This dude struggled to make. This dude's a 145er.
Yeah. And both of these guys are pretty. They're not really shit talkers. Where like there's gonna be a ton of hype around the fight. Like
Stephen Thompson seems like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Like he doesn't know how to talk shit.
Yeah.
So we'll go Stephen Thompson right here at Menace and the Man, right?
Yeah, sure.
If we want to see some crazy shit, if you want to run off the cage again, Pettis.
Ooh.
We'll take that win. We'll let you win there, but
yeah, I need that. We need to get Anthony. We need them both on the show, but
I think it's going to be a Stephen Thompson sidekick, if anything.
Hey, I think this fight goes to decision.
Who knows?
No, you're not knocking out Pettis.
Yeah. Oh, you're not knocking out Pettis, but.
And Stephen Thomas is very hard to knock out too. So, all right.
We just saw two guys, though, that were very tough to knock out and a crazy finish with Masvidal. And even before we go, we'll wrap this up on this. Dennis in the news a little bit this week. Max Holloway and Conor McGregor going back and forth.
This is true.
Dennis throwing his name out there.
Well, I didn't throw my name out there.
Well, Max Holloway throwing Dennis's name out there.
Yeah, so That's what I want to grind on. What was the argument over?
That you and Conor McGregor share an award
together.
No.
So McGregor tweeted
McGregor probably
like this is my arena or something like that.
McGregor probably got a few shots of proper 12 and maybe a toot of fucking, nose candy or whatnot. And he was all high on himself and he posted like the Boston Gardens, my fucking place. And he posted the picture of him like stiff arming Max to the face. And then he posted a picture of Max in a wheelchair after the fight and said, like, where are your sunglasses, bro? Like, something like that. So Max went on, like, a tirade and wrote him, like, 7 tweets and wrote, like,
I was 21 at the time.
I was 21. You were 25. We could run this
When
back.
You were 21, here's you, and it was a video of him losing to...
no, it was a video of Google search, and if you Google Joe Duffy 38 seconds, his fight with Conor McGregor comes up.
Right. And then Max, he, like... undermined me, like but I'm cool with it.
It was
it was like you shared a trophy of beating me at 21 with Dennis. Congratulations.
It wasn't a backhanded comment. It was like a backhanded like that. It wasn't like how they say like a backhanded comment's like a slap. It was like a here you go, Dennis.
How would you take that, Joe? Hang on, I'm cool. Like I'm like whatever. I'm retired. Bro. Whatever. It is what it is. I had to fight a guy. I fought him. I won. You know what I mean?
I mean. If you didn't take it the wrong way, no harm, no foul.
Dustin Poirier, right. Conor McGregor, Dennis Bermudez.
I mean, that's a pretty good trio right there.
Yeah, those are the only 3 people to ever beat Max Holloway.
So, I mean, how are you going to deny that, man?
And
right.
even, you know what?
Well, anyways, but he was, and then Max was like, here, you beat me when you were 25. Here's me at 25. It's a picture of Max with a belt. And I was like, that was pretty badass.
Yeah. And then he wrote, if you really want to feel good about yourself, beat me when I was 21. Dennis beat me that summer, too. So you and him share that trophy.
And I was like, yeah, I do.
I do. You know what? I do share that trophy. You should even have posted, like, nah, that's my trophy. Fuck Conor. I beat you first.
That would have been crazy.
That's my trophy. I beat you first.
Then Dustin Poirier came in and be like, nah, I beat you, Dennis.
And that's a whole bunch of MMA math going down.
Wait, who would have came in? Poirier?
He beat him first.
Oh, he beat him
when
first.
He was 20.
I was going to say, you didn't fight Poirier. Yeah.
No, when he was 20, Dustin.
Yeah, Max's first fight. Max was like 4-0 when he did that fight.
I think Poirier is the only person to finish.
Only person to finish him, yeah.
Max, yeah.
And even then, it was like, 20-year-old kid.
Yeah, I'm all about the Max train.
Oh, Max and Poirier. I'm about both of their trains. I like Poirier, too.
Well, they're fighting each other, so what train are you going to hop on, you fuck?
I was just going to finish that sentence, but you interrupted me. I'm all about the Poirier train, too, and I'm excited about the fight, but I would ride with Max. That's another thing I was going to say to you, too. Like when you fought Max, like we always talk about, like, oh, I have a couple of street fights, whatever. When you fought Max, he had so much more fighting experience than you.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause he
with fists.
With like street fights and just like.
I bet you know those street fights were like takedowns.
No, they were like, "What's up, brah?
Yeah.
What's up, brah?
Yeah.
What's up, brah? You want to do this, brah?"
I feel like the same for Dustin Poirier though in St. Louis back in
Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana. Sorry.
Maybe, but Louisiana's not.
Well,
Hawaii.
we're working on Dustin. We're gonna get him on the show.
We're working on Max as well.
Yeah, but we're actually talking to Dustin. Yeah. Max is just crickets.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Well, you got to talk to your boy Brian.
I got to do it. All right.
Your boy. He's not my boy.
I know. Welp.
All right. Menace and the Man, episode 20. Dennis is a doucher.
Welp. See you later.